Hey, everybody, we're at the 2-minute warning. And it's 4th down. Isn't it great? Time for the roll-in. Welcome to Vikings First and SKOLs, live at the 2-minute warning. Next. And we're here, and I want to welcome everybody from Chevy. Good to see you, my friend. We have Two-Tone here. Yes. Peter, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Peter saying, on to next year, moves got to do a whole lot better. Well, we knew there would be some growing pains, and there are. There is still a chance the Vikings have the ball. It may be 4th down. But let's see if J.J. McClutcherson is clutch. He hasn't been all day, but we can always hope. It is an interesting one. That it has been. Hawkinson is borderline a liability. Everybody's dropped the ball today. Jordan Addison's, it's just like, come on. Now, we only had one false start so far, if I remember correctly. We will see. But all right, now, yes, Mary, it's painful. Eric says right now is to press to comment. That's why I wear this t-shirt. It does make me drink. I need to pour another one. I'm surprised we're kept it that close all day. I really am, because I thought the way J.J. McCarthy's been playing, that it'd been a lot worse. And so, yes, forlorn hope. Cheers. The kid is having a bad day. Yes, he is. A very bad day. So here we go. He's behind center. It's 4th and 4. Takes the snap. Drops back. Throws it. Is completed to Jordan Addison for his first catch at midfield. It's a 1st down. Chevy, you too, buddy. Brian, not doing much today, huh? Here we go on the next pass. Thrown to Justin Jefferson for 9 yards. Yes. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Peter said, I thought J.J. was a much better quarterback. I watched him in college. I don't know what's going on. People said that about Peyton Manning, too. All right. He's taking the pass. Thrown it to Hawkinson, who caught the ball for about another 8 yards. 1st down. That's right. And I'm watching live over the air broadcast, so I may be ahead of quite a few of you. All right, JJ's back in shotgun, takes a snap, throws it to Jalen Naylor with his first ball. It's caught inside the 10. All right, let's get it. Let's get going. Let's score and beat the Bears. No, make that 15. Beat the Bears by 1. I could deal with that. Yes, I could. I would be giving Pay so much grief. Yes, Speedy. He's on the field. That's the first time he's been thrown to all day that I can remember. Sarah's just decided to check into work Sunday. My bank account is green smiling. All right, J.J. throws to the end zone. Addison, touchdown. Touchdown, everybody. Touchdown, my friends. The ball game is tied with the extra point coming up. 50 seconds left. Free 3, baby. Free 3. Finally caught the second one. Gotta keep the whistle wet. All right, there we go. And Will the Thrill Reichert lines up, kicks good. The Vikings are ahead for the second time in the game. 17-16, 50 seconds left. River, yeah. Hey, as long as we kept it close, it was possible. The score right now is 17-16 Vikings with 50 seconds left. Brian, I don't want to be careful. This is why I love football. You'll hear about Darren giving it up and how painful it is. It is painful. But all good things, like your children, come through pain at birth. Women can confirm that. Not so much the guys, unless you let them touch your arm during labor. All right. Here we go. J.J. McClutcherson. This shit makes you just so damn nervous. That's where alcohol helps, Chuck. Alcohol calms the nerves. Yes, McCarthy was sharp on that drive. It takes him getting, punched in the face, and that's virtually to get going. All right, the Bears caught the kick. Oh, no. Don't tell me. You got to be kidding me. The Bears just returned it about 55 yards. Please let there be a flag somewhere. Eric Wilson caught him before it was Reichert. Wow. That's crazy. Duvernay. And then they show Coach saying a specific F word. Now, Brian, you ain't going to lose me. I'm fine. A special teams coordinator like yesterday. All right, the Bears have first on the Vikings 40, and they run it. God, they're in field goal position already, basically. Come on, defense. We need a turnover. Can you get a turnover? 37 seconds left. It's 2nd and 7. Bears have 4 comeback wins in the final 2 minutes this season, most since 1966, according to the TV. Pull this off, guys. Chuck, why would you even kick it? You got to kick it. Got to do something. Come on, defense. Come on, Caleb. Throw a pick for us. No, Mary, it's not over. Oh, yeah. Thomas being active on her roster is a war crime. I don't know about that. All right. Caleb, hands off. Caught in the backfield. First stop. Awesome. Ingram Dawkins with the stop. King, I don't think we're winning. We are at the moment. The question is, can we hold on for the remaining seconds? I mean, kick, touchback, that would have probably been better, Chuck. Yes, I agree with you. Not give him a return at all. Get a stop on the D, get a field goal. Ingram. Anthony, what are you talking about? All right, here we go. Caleb Williams lines up under center. Bunch of pointing by their center. He gets under. Moves his leg. Hikes. Hands it off to Swift. Swift does not get the first down. He's about a yard shy. It's a generous spot, but he's still shy. 15 seconds left. And the Bears have all their timeouts. Oop, no, clock's running down. They called it with 4 seconds left. Out comes Santos. It's 4th and 1. Ball is at ESPN. Stops on me. Good for them. All right, here we go. He points up. 48 yards. Yep, 48 yards. Come on, miss it. Miss it, miss it, miss it, miss it. Santos is looking up. It's from the right hash. Takes his steps. Ball snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. Fuck. Game's over. Vikings lose this one. Final is 19-17. On a last second Santos kick. 48-yarder to win it. Now, if we'd gone 3-0 in the division, I think we'd have a chance. We did not go 3-0 because, like I said, the Vikings lost 19-17 on a last-second Santos kick. That made it through. So, Vikings now fall to 4-6. Not a good record whatsoever. Evil. I see you, evil. Good old 9 screwed us. 4-6, not a good record. It is time, I think, to shift our focus to watching J.J. McCarthy grow the rest of the season, because I think our chances of getting in the playoffs are next to nothing. They dropped to under 10%. Dalton says, good game. Dalton, I'm not so sure about that, but okay. I'll buy that for $1. And come on, Giants. Let's see. They're trailed by a touchdown. And there's 9 seconds left in there. They're not going to win. Damn it. Yes, Mary, this one does hurt. And yes, Brian, this year's home record stinks. I think we won 1-1. Too evil to hope. McCarthy doesn't seem like to be the guy. He's only played 5 games. I think it's a little early to judge him. Yes, McCarthy, pathetic on McCarthy mostly. Awful on KOC. That last attack, drained the clock. Cody says it was pathetic. Freddie, how you doing, buddy? He's shaking his head. We're better than these teams. Yeah, we should be. We should be. But we're dealing with basically a rookie quarterback. Yes, big Mike. Bam. Game over. Lost 19-17. Yes. Time to, Ron Rubin says, time to work on a top 10 pick. Too Evil says he didn't complete a pass in the third quarter. Not all those incompletions were his fault. He hit receivers in their hands. They got to catch them too. JJ showed his ceiling on that last drive. Ceiling for maybe today, maybe for his 5th game started. Yes, but there's more games to come, folks. Come on. Wait till the end of the season before you judge McCarthy. At least, Davey, at least. Freddie, Too Evil says, Freddie, just because we want it to be true doesn't make it true. That's very well said, Too Evil. Davey, it's enough to make you drink. That's why I wear my t-shirt. And that's why I drink. Very, very much so. Chris says too many drops. Hawkinson is lost. Trade him. Yes, Broski Bears, congratulations. Your Bears won in the last second. So, hey, it's time to bring in Darren. Hey there, buddy.
Hey.
You were in a bad mood all day.
I was, but I'm over it now. I'm accepting my fate. I'm the Vikings fate.
It was what it is. We came back. We had the opportunity. We went ahead, and there at the end, the defense was gassed because they'd been on the field too long. But not to blame it on the defense. I don't blame it on the defense.
No, that last kick. I mean, hey, it's the special teams there, right?
Right. He should have kicked it through the end zone, and that way they wouldn't have had a return.
Yeah, but I think the Bears had a good return set up there. It looked like they kind of crashed down on everybody on the left side of the field, hoping they could catch something on kind of the not the weak side, but to Devernay's right, and that they really did block it up very well, I thought, and he had lots of grass to get to on that. But yeah, if you kick it through the uprights or kick it through the end zone, then the Bears get it at the 35 with three timeouts. It's not optimal with only needing a kickoff. It was a tough. I think the Vikings are in a tough situation there because they left. You got to score when you got to score, right?
Right.
So you can't fault the Vikings for scoring with 50 seconds left because they hadn't been able to score, barely been able to score all game. So you take it, but you almost wish that they got it down to like 10 or 15 seconds to score, in which case like the Bears have very little chance to do anything with it after that. Mm-hmm. That isn't what happened. And then defense, hey, you know what? I think this game is mostly on McCarthy. The Vikings scored 17 points. They got three points in the first half. Yeah, there was some drops there for sure, but he just didn't play good enough. Wasn't accurate enough, not nearly accurate enough, and that's what you get. I don't know much more we can say about it. The defense played, pretty well, pretty awesome, I thought, most of the game. But when your offense keeps going 3-and-out because your quarterback can't hit the broad side of the barn, that's what happens.
Yep, unfortunately. Tyler, how are you doing?
Not good. That was not a fun football game to watch. I don't know.
No, it wasn't.
I don't really know how it gets fixed. J.J. McCarthy sucked today. I don't really think there's any way around it. His base was all over the place. He was not like. I thought he did a good job of the idea of navigating the pocket when he had to slide and try to create like a throwing window. But the problem was his feet were chaotic beyond reason. And it was a constant chaos. It wasn't just a little bit here, a little bit there. It was nonstop. He was not getting himself in proper position consistently. It was just all over the place. And just incredibly frustrating. But I will say, you also have to, if you're going to dog McCarthy, which you absolutely should, he was terrible. These receivers, what the hell are you doing? Help out your quarterback. Make a damn catch. It was embarrassing watching some of these guys who have great hands consistently drop balls or bring in passes that they almost always bring in. You have to catch the damn football. Help out your young quarterback, because guess what? A drop pass, when he gets you the ball, that doesn't do anything for his confidence either. It's just a systematic failure for this Minnesota Vikings team on the offensive side of the football. I think the offensive line is fine. The run game was good today, but McCarthy needs to fix his base. He needs to, I don't think he's frantic in the pocket, but his feet sure act like it. His brain is fine. You need to calm the feet down. You need to get him in sync for some of these throws, because that final drive, his feet were calm. He was in sync. If we could just get that for 70% of the game, this Vikings team could have had 30 points today. Like, that's all we're talking about. We're not talking about major shifts. We're talking about little things improving, and all of a sudden, that elevates this team to another level. That's all we're asking for. And this loss is, in my opinion, about 60% on McCarthy, 40% on the receivers. Because if those receivers just make, like, if they only have 2 drops, or they only missed 2 of those balls that were very catchable, like, this is a completely different ball game. And they all have to be better. The defense, I thought, played really, really well. It's really tough when you face a guy like Caleb Williams, because they faced multiple of these guys before. Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert. But when you face these mobile quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson last week, you can't just pin your ears back and rush. You have to play contain. You have to push the pocket inward and force him to step up and not out. And I thought they did a really good job for the most part of doing that. And they were only able to get home a couple times, but they still got home and they still made an impact on Caleb Williams. And that impact was huge in potentially, like, giving the Vikings a chance to win. But you have to play good in all 3 phases. They didn't. And quite frankly, the Vikings deserve to lose this football game.
The offense just looks, you can tell KOC is just trying to keep things as easy as possible on offense today. And, going with the run game, which worked. But again, inevitably with those runs, you get a 3-yard run here. Second down, you run it again. You get 4 yards. You're in 3rd and 3. An NFL offense, a capable one, has to convert those like 7 out of 10 times. And we are not able to do that because of who's throwing the ball right now.
And we're going to look back at the all-20. We're going to look back at the all-22 and realize that this isn't on KOC. This was completely on the execution of the players, because he's giving McCarthy easy buttons. He's giving McCarthy, like, the proper plays, guys wide open. You have to hit them. You have to hit the players. And the players have to catch the football. Like, Addison at one point had 5 targets and no catches. That inexcusable. Some of that's on McCarthy, absolutely. But Addison had 2 blatant drops. You have to catch the ball. They are completely out of sync on both sides. It is not a one-man thing. It's McCarthy's got to throw better. The receivers have to just catch the damn ball. This isn't JV where you've got like some 500-600-pound 7th grader who's at slot receiver. No, these are pros with good hands. Catch the ball. That to me was the most frustrating thing. McCarthy's just going to be up and down, and he was really down today. They have to figure out something with some of this footwork stuff. But the receivers had one of their worst days, the absolute worst days of the year. And that, to me, is the biggest reason they lost.
Well, could the receivers having their worst day and KO and J.J. McCarthy having a bad day be a result of the coaching this week?
I mean, you can't completely rule it out, but I don't like McCarthy's just going to have bad games because he's a first-year starter. This was start number 5. The receivers.
No, I understand that from McCarthy. What I'm saying is throw that in combination with all the receivers dropping balls. It's not like our receiver coach is not very, very good, because he is.
Mm-hmm. To me, I think that's just excuse fishing. Catch the fucking ball. I don't care if you were coached hard during the week. That doesn't matter. Catch the ball. Justin Jefferson's paid $35 million. Jordan Addison's about to get a $30 million deal. TJ Hawkins is making 17. Catch the fucking ball. Mm-hmm. That's it. Just catch it.
Broski, you're talking of Dabo? Coach of the year being fired this season?
We have seen some.
I don't think this is a KOC fire thing. Like, I don't think that conversation should be broken at all.
Not this year.
There's going to be questions brought up, as they have been all year, about when the season's over, which is going to be ending a lot sooner than we hoped, but about the whole quarterback decision and going with McCarthy and all that, blah, 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 and all of that sort of stuff. But you're not firing KOC no matter how far south this season goes at this point in time.
Why do I have Kirk Cousins on my TV?
I don't know.
I just noticed that.
Penix got hurt.
Ah.
We have seen some uncharacteristic drops from Justin Jefferson, I find, in not 3 or 4, but one seems like every game or every other game that you'd see him reel in like nobody's business throughout his entire career, like that one he dropped today. Yeah, it was a ball with a lot of zip on it, but there was nobody on his back at that time. He just didn't catch it. And I don't know, man. It's when your quarterback's struggling, like Tyler says, you got to have your wide receivers make those catch those catchable balls, because the next one might be 10 feet over his head. I thought Dallas Turner played pretty well today. If you're looking for bright spots, at least that was my feeling. They cut down on the penalties that have killed the Vikings all year, and the false starts. We only had 1, and I think we only had 2 or 3 penalties in total. So, but again, 2 turnovers. We didn't create any. So there's so many things wrong with this team. You solve a couple, but you can't solve them all. And you got the up and down quarterback play where the offense can't generate consistent first downs to get drives and score points. And I don't know where it goes. I don't know. Like, do you feel that last drive, the 2-minute drill, that McCarthy's kind of like, what the fuck? There's nothing to lose here. I'm not thinking. I'm just playing. And he has a great drive, but he didn't do that the entire game. Other than that,
what, the pressure was off of him?
Well, yeah, like the pressure. I mean, the pressure's on, but at this point in time, if you turn over or whatever, big deal. You just got to go for it at that point in time. And he did, and the Vikings did, and he made some really nice throws there. But where are those the rest of the game? You don't see them too often, or not enough consistently.
Mm-hmm.
It almost feels like he's Rocky Balboa, where in every Rocky movie, all he needs is to get punched in the face and knocked down. And then the second he does, he's like unstoppable. It kind of feels like that's what McCarthy needs. He almost needs somebody to just walk up to him and sock him right in the face, and then he'll be fine the rest of the game. I don't know what it is.
I posted a friend of mine in our Vikings First and SKOL Discord today.
A colleague of mine said that he's just NFL Tim Tebow, where he just comes alive late when it really matters, but then the rest of the game is just kind of meh. I think there may be some merit to that. I don't know. It's incredibly frustrating to deal with the growing pains of a young quarterback, especially when the rest of the team is what it is. But the rest of the team still needs to step up. I think the defense deserves like 0% of the blame. They only allowed, 1 touchdown and 4 field goals? Mm-hmm. If you allow 19 points, the offense needs to step up.
Oh, yes.
That interception late to Nahshon Wright, or late in the first half, that was a crippler, because all of a sudden that takes 3 points off the board at least, and that could have been the difference of the game. Like, every play matters, and the Vikings did not do nearly enough. To me, this is squarely on the wide receivers and the quarterback. They both stunk on an overall level today. You got to catch the damn football, and McCarthy's got to figure out his base and make the proper throws.
I like Chuck saying it's a number. He has 2-minute Tommy reborn.
Yeah, I did. It was a bit frustrating to hear although expected to hear the team keep on raving about Caleb Williams today, who was I'll give the Vikings defense a lot of credit there, and he made some Houdini plays, but the guy is still often dog shit out there with the amount of McCarthy-esque misses he's making on guys that are wide open. So Bears fans, don't get too high on your horse right now, because your quarterback's got a lot of work to do before he's even in like the top 15 in the NFL at this point in time. I know ours is in like the bottom 5 right now at this point, but I don't know. Caleb Williams, outside of his ability to escape sacks, he doesn't impress me a whole lot most of the time when I watch him.
Let's put it this way. The Bears escaped with a win. You shouldn't feel good about this game if you're a Bears fan, because if the Vikings had average quarterback play, they boat race the Bears. They boat race them today.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is they had bad quarterback play for the majority of the football game. And they still drove down with less than 4 minutes to go, got the game-winning touchdown. You would have liked to have seen a little bit of time come off the clock, but at the end of the day, special teams needs to not allow a 50-plus yard return, and you want to get more off the clock, but if you have a touchdown, you don't say no. So It's just one of those things.
But special teams, they should have just kicked it through the end zone.
But then it gives them the ball at the 35, and then they only need like 30 yards. That's why you try to get in the landing zone, and you just expect the Vikings have a good special teams unit. You just got to make a standard play, and they didn't. And to me, that's the most frustrating thing. Just make a standard play. And they got out leveraged, and it just sucks.
Mm-hmm. Now, for those that are watching, Kirk Cousins led them back to a tie. They're going into overtimes between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. But getting back to our defense was on the field for almost 37 minutes.
They played good football.
Another very good game by Jalen Redmond again too, but unfortunately he can't play offense.
Daniel says the season's over.
Well,
I agree.
It's going to be incredibly hard to get into the playoffs.
Virtually impossible to get in the playoffs right now. But
yeah, they still have 7 games to play, but they won't be playing anymore after that unless J.J. McCarthy improves like 200%.
Unless there's a miracle.
Yeah, that's right.
On our side and on the rest of the division losing out.
The crazy part is if they would have won this game, and I'm not sure what the score of the Packers-Giants game is if the Giants were able to get that touchdown to tie it back up.
Packers won.
Okay. So if the Lions lose tonight to the Eagles, the Vikings could have been 1 game out of the division.
Right.
Or technically 1.5 because the Packers don't have 6 wins. Like, that's how close they were to potentially hey, we're back in the division hunt. And we're 3-0 in the North.
And McCarthy seems to play a small sample size a little bit better on the road than he does at home. I don't know. It's been 5 starts, but yeah.
Yeah, there's just sample size. Mm-hmm.
No excuses. McCarthy's got to figure out his base, and he's got to do it fast. Because some little footwork things and some over rotation. Okay, you're going to see that. His footwork
win 6 of the last
awful.
7.
Well, no, if they win 6 of the last 7, they're not. Oh, wait, I guess they are only 4-6. I mean, as possible,
but 10-7. But 10-7 and probably not making the playoffs, which would be if we're going for a draft pick. Not making the playoffs is a better thing, but we don't go for that. We want to do as best as possible because if we get in the dance, who knows what happens. If we win 6 of 7, that generally means McCarthy's playing well. If I know.
Yeah, this is
Arch Manning. Anyone? Ooh.
this one is squarely on McCarthy and the receivers. They both have to play better. It's inexcusable. Inexcusable.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
It's 2 games in a row. McCarthy, has he been sacked 1 time in 2 games now? I can't remember him getting sacked last game. I don't think he was. Anyway, they've kind of cleaned up the protection stuff. At least the last 2 games. Penalties was much better today, but turnovers still not cleaning that up. And
part of the penalties was because we had the crew that calls the least amount of penalties today.
Yes, that's always a factor, Dave, for sure. Some of those crews like to throw the laundry a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wish they had thrown one on that kickoff return, that last kickoff return by the Bears. There had to be a holding there somewhere. But
Cody asked, when are the paper bags back? We've never had the paper bags.
Yeah.
From Minnesota.
13 less Steckles, maybe.
The tough part is this isn't a bad football team. This is a football team that has a couple elements that play bad during the course of a game and they lose. This is a relatively good football team that is not playing cohesive football. And if they play a cohesive football game, I can almost guarantee you they will win.
Yes.
But finding a way to play a cohesive football game is honestly the biggest Achilles heel of this team. Because when the defense plays well, the offense struggles. When the offense plays well, the defense is going kablooey. And there is no consistency. And because
when both play well, the special teams are sucking.
It's just brutal. Like, they need to put together a complete game. It starts at quarterback, but shout out Brian Flores. They held Caleb Williams 193 yards. They held the running game got 140, but 3.6 yards per carry.
Yeah.
They were stopping these guys, and you just have to play better football. It's plain and simple. I don't think this is a situation where you can even have a conversation about blowing it up. I think we're still 5 games into this J.J. McCarthy thing. One of the easiest things you can fix, and it's still very hard to do, is mechanics. Up here, he's fine. It's fixing the lower half that's the hard part, or that's the easy part of the whole equation. When you watch him, he makes good decisions, but he's a little slow at getting there, which it'll get faster in time. It almost always does. But your base, your footwork, that needs to be cleaned up. I'd rather have to clean up that than what's going on upstairs, because that's a hell of a lot harder to do. And,
yeah, but it's upstairs that drives the down beneath.
Well, not in this sense. Like, I'm talking upstairs as far as reading progressions, reading defenses, understanding, like, hey, I'm throwing to this guy because he's going to break open at this point. Those are the things he's doing pretty well on an overall level. It's once he tries to execute it, that's when it's a problem. And I would rather fix the latter than the former, because it's easier to fix footwork than it is to fix a brain. And if they can get the footwork in a good place, we could be sitting pretty good. But there's a long way to go to even get to that point. And until we get to that point, how bad is it going to get? Because it could get catastrophic. Like, this was a catastrophe game for McCarthy. This was terrible.
Remember says this team's never beating the good year, bad year, good year, bad year syndrome. Or down.
I think it will if McCarthy becomes your guy, but
I think because of what the rest of this team is, we got too far out in front of our skis with this team can be good, because it can be, but I don't think any of us thought McCarthy would be catastrophic at any point. I thought, like, the worst of it might have been the Falcons game. Oh, I was wrong. This game was worse. But I will say the sack evasion has drastically improved for J.J. McCarthy, which, of course, the sack rate early on was really bad. It was not going to continue. But you just have to make throws that are wide ass open. You just have to hit those. Like, O'Connell's not asking him to make super high difficult throws, even though they're down the field. These are open throws. They're open. Hit them. He's not asking him to, like, reinvent the wheel here. Just hit the out. Yeah, it's a 10 to 12 yard out from the opposite hash, but it's a throw you can make, and it's a throw. All you have to do is plant your foot, drive it, and not sail it 10 feet over his head. Those are throws you make all the time in college. You got to just make the throws.
Asks, who really wants to watch this next week? A win doesn't help.
Oh,
next week
win,
we play the Packers. I want to beat the Packers no matter what.
Listen, you always want to win football games. At the end of if you don't win the Super Bowl, you just want the best draft pick possible. But you don't go into a game thinking, hey, I want this team to lose. Or the players don't go in, hey, we're trying to lose this football game. Like, if the Vikings go 8-9 and don't make the playoffs, but McCarthy takes strides, you take that, and you just deal with the fact that your pick isn't 9 and it's 17. Who cares? at that point. The whole point of this is you want your young quarterback to grow and continue to develop. And who cares if the draft pick's worse?
Is you always want to beat Green Bay, no matter what. Mm-hmm. There's a hierarchy to the teams we hate. Green Bay is the top of the list, period.
They are. And the Vikings
I'd rather see Detroit go all the way than to let Green Bay beat us.
Nah, fuck that. No way. No, I don't want the Lions winning before. I don't want any team who's never won a Super Bowl win before the Vikings. Hell no.
I don't want them either. But I don't want to lose to Green Bay. Flat out and simple. I've always said, I've been doing this for what? On video since 2018. Blogging easily 2.5 decades. And I've always said, there's certain things for a successful season. 1, beat Green Bay. 2, beat Green Bay the second time. 3, make the playoffs. Right? And then we go from there. I don't want to lose to Green Bay. They suck. They can go fornicate with themselves. But it is what it is. And next week we have that team from Wisconsin.
I just realized that next weekend could be just a disaster weekend for me because not only do the Vikings play Green Bay, but my Florida Gators play Tennessee, and there's no team in the world I hate more than the Tennessee Volunteers. I hate them more than Green Bay. And I'm okay to admit that.
Well, as you
that
feel
could
about
be a
Tennessee,
disaster
I feel
for me.
Green Bay.
Oh,
yeah. It'll be, I don't know. I'm very curious to see what McCarthy and the Vikings offense are able to do against Green Bay's defense in Lambeau. I think that might be a pretty tough task for them to even keep up with the standard they showed today, which was pretty poor. I think that, the success running the ball will be not as we're not going to be quite as productive, but I could be wrong. And that's going to leave McCarthy in a lot of throwing situations on second and third and long. And that is not where he thrives or where the Vikings thrive. So we better be ready for a tough watch next week against Green Bay.
I'm sure it will be. But we'll be here.
We will be here for
live with the 2-minute warning or before. And the Panthers just beat the Falcons 30-27 in overtime.
Yeah, I don't think Falcons fans are feeling all that warm and fuzzy about Michael Penix these days either.
Yep. Hey, could happen. Cody saying John Gruden is head coach. We're not losing KOC this year. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen next year either. I hate to disappoint people who are hoping him and Kwesi are going to get fired sooner than later, but that's
not going to happen.
Not going to be happening this year or next, I don't think. And next year, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get into next year. Or we've still got 7 games to play. Stuff, and I'm still interested to see where this goes with McCarthy. If I think the playoffs are over and done, more unless a miracle happens, like you say, Dave. But if we can see McCarthy get it together, let's say the last 2 or 3 games, or hopefully even sooner, then we're farther ahead than we are right now, and we can feel a lot better about going into 2026, seeing him progress. But if we keep on seeing repeat performances like we did today, you get a bit more worried going into 2026. So let's see where this goes.
Tyler, did you see improvement from J.J. McCarthy today? You don't have to answer it now. Put it in an A to Z article.
No. He showed the same flashes he showed all year in the fourth quarter. Otherwise, he played like shit. Like this was a bad J.J. McCarthy game. I don't think there's really any way to sugarcoat it. The only redeeming quality you have is the fact that the wide receivers were also bad. Just brutal performance all around. They were put in position to succeed, and they had a lot of ways to succeed on offense, and they didn't. I'm not going to put this on. The only thing I think you can put on the coaching staff is the fact that J.J. McCarthy's mechanics are still this wonky. I do think that you can also have the same understanding that, hey, he had 8 months where he couldn't really work on his mechanics that much. He's more working on rehab. But even so, the mechanics being this wild is one thing I think you can look at the coaching staff and be like, what are you doing? Why are these still so incredibly chaotic? They should be a little farther ahead at this point. Felt like they were farther ahead in his first training camp. I'll tell you that much. It's just, it's a really tough season. Thank God the Grey Cup's in an hour and a half. I'm going to be able to enjoy football today.
Yeah. If you're like Saskatchewan Roughriders versus the Montreal Alouettes, an Alouette is a bird, by the way, for all you Anglophones out there. And there's like two former Vikings sort of involved. Marcus Sayles is a starting cornerback for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and he was on the Vikings practice squad all of 2020. And then we got the old favorite, McLeod Bethel Thompson, is the backup quarterback for the Alouettes. Remember him?
Yes.
And he might play if Davis Alexander injures his hamstring, because that hamstring's been bugging him all year. And he tweaked it against Hamilton.
They say Alexander's going to play, but how long he plays, who knows?
All right, guys, I just finished my whiskey. So it's time to wrap up. Darren, what are we going to be talking about next week? Do you have any idea?
No, we'll have the usual This Week in Vikings Land, so stuff will come up throughout the week that we'll want to touch on. I do want to, but as far as the main theme beyond Drew's Inside the Numbers, I feel like I've been going to the J.J. McCarthy well too often here. I don't know what more we can say about that. So we're going to have to figure that out.
Dropping the football all the time.
There is that. But I do. It's hard to say right now. I think Jordan Addison has 2 catches in the last 2 games. So we'll see, but we'll certainly be here on Saturday morning to talk about Viking stuff.
Tyler, tomorrow night, what are we covering?
I'm going to yell about this stupid football team. And we're going to talk about how J.J. McCarthy stunk. The receivers didn't help him out. And the defense did a really good job against Ben Johnson, and it still wasn't enough. Miles Price also got screwed out of a good return again.
Yes,
so there's also that.
Another one.
And then he had another good return that honestly sparked the comeback. So just a very, very incomplete football game that they should have been way, way, way better. I will not be talking about how it was a mistake for the Vikings to let Sam Darnold walk, because I think it's incredibly short-sighted and clickbait bullshit. Now, we can have that conversation after 2026, because then we'll have enough information to actually know what the decision was. Until then, it's all just revisionist history. And it's all, hey, what happened this week? Was Darnold good and JJ bad? Oh, they shouldn't have let him go. And guess what? We all clicked on it. We all retweet it. But it's not good analysis. So we won't do that.
Oh, I agree. They had the week off. No, they don't. They're losing to the Rams.
They are playing the Rams today. Big game for both teams.
Rams are up 7-3. So, with that, folks, we are so happy that you joined us. Hopefully, this has been therapeutic in some sort of way, from whether you're blaming J.J. McCarthy and saying he's a bust, or saying fire KOC, or whatever your point of view is. We'll be here next week, and hopefully we'll go beat the Packers live at the 2-minute warning. Until then, join Tyler for the Real Forno show tomorrow night and the rest of our shows during the week. And I got to go talk the rest of the league tonight. Yay. We'll get you going. Thanks for coming, and thanks for watching. What do we say, gentlemen?
SKOL Vikings, baby.
SKOL Vikings.
SKOL Vikings always. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell, and share this episode with your friends and even your enemies. We'd love it. Thanks for watching Vikings First and SKOL. We are part of the Fans First Sports Network, and we appreciate each and every one of you. SKOL.